I'm Helen with Floating Yoga School. Today's practice is going to be a 20-minute flow designed around triangle pose, trikonasana. It's a pose I always forget about, but when I do it, it feels so good. Lots of hamstring stretch, side body stretch. We'll also work into revolved triangle and pyramid pose, which is like a sister shape to triangle and revolved triangle. We'll just open things up in a quick and efficient manner. When you're ready, we're going to get started today lying on your back. So let yourself get grounded, whatever that looks like or feels like today. That might be legs extended, that might be knees bent. But really settle down into the earth. Give yourself a moment to just rest. And check in and start to notice how you're feeling. What's going on physically? Where your mind is, any emotions, and what your energetic levels are like. Begin to lengthen and deepen your breath in and out through your nose. And send breath into those areas that need special attention, love, space. Maybe send some breath into your hamstrings, the back of your legs, into your inner thighs, your adductor muscles, and into the sides of your body, all the way up along your spine. Stretch your arms up over your head, find a full body extension. Extend your legs out long, stretch in both directions, little wiggles. And then knees to chest, give yourself a little squeeze in. Rock side to side, massage your low back. Keep your right knee hugging and extend your left leg long down to your mat and lift your forehead toward your knee, a little crunch in. Relax your head down, reach your foot to the sky. Hold on wherever you can and just point and flex your toes. Roll your ankles, find some movement here. We're not trying to force any crazy stretch early in our practice, but we like to see where things are. You might draw your leg a little closer, maybe with a bent knee, maybe some little pulses, just starting to feel some openness through the back of your leg. Bring your right elbow to the side, let your leg fall to the right. Leg into your hand, you can adjust the position depending on how open your inner thighs feel, your hips. Keep breathing here. And then take it all the way across your body into a twist. This could be with a straight leg, more IT band, outer leg sensation. This could be with a knee bent. Head can look in the opposite direction of your leg if that feels good. And bring it back to center. Both knees into your chest, little squeeze in. Extend your right leg long, lift your forehead toward your left knee. Relax your head down and reach your left foot to the sky. Same thing here. Waking things up is bright and early for me, whatever time you're doing this practice. Just notice where your body is, what it feels like, what your baseline is. I think a lot of times we see triangle pose with hand on the ground. Draw your leg inward or hand super low on the leg. My hand rests pretty high up around my knee area. For me, it's less about the depth of the pose toward the earth and more about the stability, the stretch along my spine. So we'll play with that when we get to triangle. Open your leg out to the left. You can use your elbow as a little kickstand, leg into hand. Notice what your breath is like. Keep it slow, steady, full and deep. And then take your leg all the way across into your twist. Bent or straight, head can look left. And back to center. Both knees into chest, in toward a happy baby. Knees to your outer armpits. Tailbone long toward the ground. Find some space there. Hug your knees in, start to rock and roll forward and back the length of your spine. A couple times, let's warm things up a little. Use your core to rock. And meet me in a boat pose, Navasana. Hover your shins, strong core. Lift your chest, relax your shoulders. Arms might go wide. Full steady breaths if you want a little bit more, legs straight. Big inhale. Exhale, find your way to a tabletop, hands and knees. Adjust on your space however you need. Cow and cat, lift your tailbone, drop your belly, send your heart forward. Exhale, scoop round, really press the earth away. Twice more, breathe in. Breathe out. And again, inhale. And exhale. Back toward neutral, pivot your left foot to the side, right foot steps back. Find a supported side plank, kind of like a triangle shape here. Reach your right arm up and over your head, creating space through your side body. So we'll find all the mirrors of triangle in all the different ways. Let me know if you can think of more. We're going to lift up toward gate pose. Right foot stays extended, right hand down your right leg, left arm up and over. Also very similar shape to a triangle here in gate parigasana. One more breath in. Exhale, release to your hands and knees. We'll take that to the other side. Right foot pivots behind you. Left foot steps back. Extend your left arm. Maybe left arm over your head to create that space through your side. And just feel the stretch. Really breathe into it. Lift up for your gate pose. Left hand down your leg, right arm up and over. One more breath in. Exhale, release. Tabletop to your downward facing dog. Hips to the sky. Pedal out your feet. Sway a little bit side to side. Feel into the back of your legs, hamstrings, calves, Achilles. Reach your right leg high, breathe in. Open up your hip, bend your knee. Still early in our practice, so maybe it's small movements through your ankle, a bend and straighten through your knee, or big circles with your knee to get into your hip joint. Extend your leg long, breathe in. Exhale, step your foot forward between your hands or as far as it'll go. Take a breath in, lengthen your spine, sink your hips. Big step up, left foot meets your right, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen. Fold, release, let it all go. Inhale, rise to standing, arms sweep high, look up. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Breathe in, reach overhead. Breathe out, fold it forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, hands down, right foot steps back. Sink your hips, lengthen your spine. Three-legged dog, left foot to the sky, lift it up. Open up your hip, bend your knee, and again, find movement, some circles, bend, straighten. Ankle, knee, hip. Giving your joints a little bit of love. Release your foot down. Shift forward, high plank, upper push-up, inhale. Lower to your belly, chaturanga. Feel free to lower your knees. My shoulders are talking to me today, so I'm going to take it gentle. Baby cobra, breathe in. Lower as you breathe out. Twice more. Inhale, peel your chest off the earth. Really squeeze shoulder blades together, long spine. Exhale to lower. Once more, inhale. And exhale, release. Take it to a child's pose, hips to heels. Knees can be wide or together for a more embryo variation, arms around your legs. Just pause for a moment. Breath into your back body. Inhale, tabletop. Keep your knees together or bring your knees together if they weren't together and extend your right leg straight back behind you. Breathe in. Point it out to the side as you breathe out. Hold here. See how high you can lift your leg and then lower it down. So legs off to the side in line with your left knee. A little rock forward and back. Find a little stretch. Replace your knee, sway your hips right and left. Other side, left leg back, breathe in. Draw it out to the side. Try to keep it lifted for a moment and then lower, and then a rock forward and back. Re-extend, inhale. Lower it down, exhale. Downward facing dog, hips high to the sky. This time we'll lead with left leg first. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step forward between your hands. Sink your hips, breathe in, find some space through your hips, inner thighs. Exhale, a modified pyramid, hips start to reach. Maybe head and neck relax. Maybe left leg works towards straight, but totally fine if there's still a bend. Twice more. Breathe in to bend, lengthen, sink. Breathe out to lift, relax head and neck. And again, inhale. And exhale. Rebend into your front knee, breathe in, look forward. Step up, right foot meets your left, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, release. Stand tall, reach high, full breath in. Palms together in front of your heart, breathe it out. Inhale to chair pose, Utkatasana, find some depth in your legs. And hold. Strong core. Notice your focus, where your mind goes when things maybe get a little bit challenging. I love chair pose. I know a lot of people hate it, but it's a great mental challenge to stay focused and in it. One more inhale. Forward fold, let it all go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot steps back first this time. Sink your hips. Take a moment, we'll find our little cow-cat lunge or pyramid flow. Inhale to sink your hips, look forward. Exhale, lift your hips, find that stretch. 2 more times. Breathe in. Breathe out. And again, inhale. And exhale. Rebend into your front knee, plant your palms. 3-legged dog, right leg floats high. Inhale. Replace your foot, exhale, high plank upper push-up. And you can stay here. I'm going to hang out. You're welcome to move through a flow. High plank upper push-up to your chaturanga, up dog or cobra. Right back to downward facing dog. Just do what your body's craving and requesting. When you're back to downward facing dog, feet go wide, maybe as wide as your mat. Hands a little closer to your feet for a little twist. Left hand toward your right leg. It may or may not touch. Release and switch sides. Right hands toward your left leg. Release. Keep your feet wide. Bend your knees. Breathe in, look forward. Step or hop to a little squat. Top of your space. Hands to heart. Lengthen your spine. Malasana squat. Breathe here into inner thighs. Into low back, hips, groin. A little engagement of your pelvic floor to lift up, especially if you're super flexible. Find one more breath in. Release, forward fold, ragdoll. Keep your feet pretty wide. Hold opposite elbows. Relax head and neck. And sway side to side. Nod your head, yes. Breathe in. Shake your head, no. Breathe out. Release your hands. Heel toe your feet in toward each other. Soften your knees. Roll to standing. Head is the last thing to arrive. You're stacking your spine. And at the top, make any and all adjustments. So you're in a nice, tall, comfortable standing shape. We'll step back with the right foot, finding our triangle pose the first time. So right toes toward the long edge of your mat, left toes toward the short edge of your mat. Your stance doesn't have to be super wide. For me, it's not a super wide stance, especially when I'm practicing early. Arms out in a T. Reach forward as far as you can, and then left hand down, right hand up. The way I was taught was a little bump back of your hips. Some people like that, some people don't. I kind of do and don't, depending on my mood these days. You can stay, or Utthita Trikonasana, that extended triangle, right hand can reach over your head. If you want more core, you can turn this into beach ball arms. That gets real intense really fast. See where you can press down into the earth. Find that feedback, engagement. Lift your kneecaps without locking out your knees. Engage your thighs. Stay really light on your bottom hand. You're hovering wherever it is. I told you mine's close to my knee. It's not super high. And then see if you can find a little wall behind you. We used to say, imagine yourself between two panes of glass, or like a bagel and a toaster. Always a weird reference. But we don't want to be leaning too far forward. So our spine is really long. I feel a lot in my right side, kind of hip area, as well as hamstrings, depending on how wide my feet are. We'll slowly lift it back up. And then we're just going to switch sides. Left toes to the long edge of your mat, right toes to the short edge. Find the other side, reach. Right hand down, left arm up. Same options if you want to take extended triangle, the beach ball arms. Notice what's happening with your core. Use that support of all those abdominal muscles, back muscles, to keep your spine really long, to keep you upright without collapsing. And of course, use your breath. And we didn't talk on the first side about drishti. For me, a neutral gaze feels most comfortable. Lets me focus out in front. Down might be more grounding. Traditional is up to the hand, but for many of us, that doesn't feel great on the neck. So be gentle, be aware, do your little check-ins. This hand really wants to rest, wait on it, and breathe. We'll slowly begin to lift it back up. Turn both toes to the long edge of your mat, lift your heart, big breath in, and exhale, folds over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left hand below your face, right arm to the sky. You can take your hips a little side to side. You can always bend one knee or both, try it on. And then switch. Other hand down. Find your twist. And release. We're going to turn back toward the top of your space. Set up for your pyramid pose. So right foot comes in a little bit. I find this stance that works for me. And feet can be more on railroad tracks than on a tightrope. So I've got these stripes on my towel. Nice to make sure that my feet are not on the same stripe. Right toes to an angle to the side. Left toe straight forward. Try to draw your left hip back. For many of us, blocks feel really helpful here, or a little bend into your front knee. And then you can relax your head and neck. Notice where you feel sensation, where your body is craving space, maybe resisting a stretch or depth. And you can stay if you feel ready and want to work into revolved triangle. We haven't done a ton of twists, but maybe you play with finding that revolved triangle without overdoing it. Right hand can come below your face, left hand to your left hip crease or low back. Peel your shoulder open, maybe that's plenty, or maybe left arm reaches to the sky. And I think a lot of times I avoid shapes when I feel like I need to be super open to get into them, when in fact I can find a variation or a version of the shape without forcing my body too deep, too early. Obviously we want to move into things safely, without injury, but it doesn't always have to be the fullest expression or our deepest version, whatever that means for us personally. To release, let go of your hand. Let's find a big step up, right foot meets your left. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, release, exhale. Stand tall, reach high, big breath in. Palms together in front of your heart. Simple step back with your left foot. We'll take a little quick triangle flow on the other side before we find pyramid and revolved triangle. So reach with your right hand, up with your left, find your triangle, one full breath in. Breathe it out. Inhale, lift back up, switch your feet. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, down. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, back up. Hands to your hips, toes to the long edge of your mat. Lift your heart and fold forward over your legs. Couple rounds of breath here. Begin to walk your hands toward your right foot, set up for your pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana on the other side. Adjust your feet, even out your hips. Find some length, space, and then a little bit of depth. And then if you'd like to play into that revolved triangle Parvrita Parsvottanasana, Left hand down, right hand to your right hip crease, low back. Maybe begin to peel your arm open. And I mean Parvrita Trikonasana for your revolved triangle. Although it does feel more like a revolved pyramid pose than a revolved triangle, so maybe I just made up a new shape. Parvrita is that revolved, Trikonasana is your triangle. Big breath in. Exhale, release your hand down. Big step up, left thumb each to right. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Tuck and curl into a little ball. Round your forehead to your knees. Puff up through your spine. And slowly make your way down to a seat. 20 minutes flies by, so we'll find a little seated shape for a final meditation. You're welcome to come to your back. You're welcome to pause this, take even longer. Any last stretches or movements. Otherwise, join me, one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Simply tune in. Notice where your mind is, how your body feels, and allow yourself to just breathe naturally and normally for a few rounds of breath with presence and awareness. Feel free to stay, as always, or palms together in front of your heart. Join me in closing. Thumbs between your eyebrows to your third eye, keeping this sense of presence and awareness with you as you move off your mat into the rest of your day. We'll gently bow our heads together in silence. Thank you for your practice, for sharing your time and energy with me. As always, if you have requests, questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. And I look forward to practicing again with you soon. Be sure to follow floatingyogaschool.com, Floating Yoga School on social media for all the latest in retreats, workshops, events, fun stuff coming up, and just to connect and interact in a different way. I'll see you soon.